point of conversation. How is he going to be able to slide in? He's going to be the tip of the spear here. First on the challenge, gets a kill, not able to TP away, but damage dealt. You got a lot of presence going up C-long as well. They have all this space.
Now EG are sending 2 players to wrap around, scout out if there's going to be a late lurk into mid. 4-on-4, and options now for Sentinels to look in towards spawn. Check out how aggro Zellsis is going.
Zellsis, the rest of Sentinels, all of them are starting to scale up towards spawn. I love that decision, but you're right, it is Zellsis who's been sent off onto his own little side mission.
He's still going.
Right there.
Continuing to push the pace. He will shortly find out that there's nothing on the other side of that door.
And the drone doesn't see him either, Doug.
And the timing on this is perfect. The flash is there, nothing really on the swing quite yet. Now Narrate, pouncing onto nature. And Zellsis is playing this timing perfectly.
Last week, him playing corner over towards C. Now just geared up for a refight, but Icy falls before he even gets to swing.
He was just not certain, not convinced that somebody could have been up close. His crosshair was definitely going to be towards the A main peak. Meanwhile, the paranoia is already out. Zekken is all the way, back in hell at this point, but nature is keeping the line back. Playing alive and being a nuisance with a little bit more to be done. Has to swing, and Bang's there to greet him. 3v2, the way they attack. The spike now down. He ain't Superman with much to do.
Yeah, Sup already used the paranoia to try and help out, so there's no way to even get through this smoke.
He does have one of his own, though.
John's got a fault line ready to go. Good luck, EG.
Yeah, the numbers don't always tell the tale, do they? Much easier.
Mainly that comes due to his lurking on the attack side, and sometimes it can be nice shots like that.
Love that, too. Not overheating, drops a couple of cages, gets away.
Still, though, Sentinels have the spike actually planted. Narrate's going to get the ultimate off of that. So some options to fall into long and stall out time. You see Bang is teleported into the back of sight. He's going to be a rat and just try to take down and delay EG as long as possible for Sen to play the post.
Garage smoke, leaving Superman out of the play for a little while.
Good stall.
Very good stall. They're going to pop the Hunter's Fury, too. Bang on the swing, and the Sheriffs are singing! Narrate's left in 1v3. Has the dart to play around, still fully healthy. Swings into the first, gets 2, not connecting.
So far in these early rounds.
It doesn't seem like it's going to be the case this round either. Once again, Zekken getting the best of the opposing duelist. Keep a close eye on that matchup. EG fully rotating back towards A. The paranoia is out, but the space has not been taken. The TP committed from Bang. Perched down in hell. Smokes out through, but this is a little labor. Wow. Nature finally cracking the side open. 2 kills found, and A is theirs.
Dude, Narrate is frying right now.
Yes, he is.
EG are going to be forced to play.
Are you investing a little bit more to set Icy up on those fights, or do you give it up?
Usually EG will give it up. Like, if you look at it's highly likely that...
So now EG off of that loss, yeah, they can invest a little more. Icy has an op, but those ults that you mentioned are no longer on the board. Second Hunter's Fury through. Zekken really far up, and they'll find a vacancy site.
Okay. That's a little opener for Ye. Even gets the hat out too, so big information to be gathered, and evil geniuses can try to deal with Garage by pinching into the space.
johnqt has his ult, he's gonna set the Rolling Thunder out. Zekken catching the best of Ye. Now Garage is theirs. Keep a close eye on Nature though, on the late flank.
Oh yeah.
Into Garage. This is so awkward, it's so disjointed, but they're expecting it. Narrate again for Sentinels. Massive value on the kill. It's just 2 left. Superman has the op, and you imagine he tries to save it here.
Just brilliant awareness from Narrate there.
Yep.
Lots of things going on with the fight into Link. Players wrapping him from mid, which is very passive, right? Yay, just...
Or 3 even, but it's just interesting to watch the Sentinels team develop from the beginning of kickoff up until now. It really does take a village with them.
Yeah, sends a whole galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they made a Netflix show on it, 3-body problem, and it's Zekken, it's Bang, it's John. This game, Narrate and Zellsis too. EG have a whole slew of problems to deal with, and it's not going to get any easier on their A retakes, which have struggled this stage.
They do have guns here, and again, it's been real dry for them. They've got to find some sort of success, and that's certainly going to help. Derrek and Nature flooding out onto the side. Icy left on the opposite side of the trip for now. Getting a little bit more active. Meanwhile, Nature not connecting onto the spam. 12 HP for the diffuser. Superman's going to hold it the whole way. All off of seeing that Icy's not here.
It's so classic. EG just gap sights consistently.
Yeah.
Again, trying to play an A retake. This time, though, Derrek has the ultimate, trying to assist with the flood.
You don't invest it here, do you? The drone doesn't even get a tag. You've got to wait for help.
You eventually will, right? There's going to be the flank coming in from the waylay over this trip, but Narrate is playing in position to hear the jump up. He's going to break it anyways, but...
14 and 5 for the Sova. Can he make it 15?
Paranoia onto the side. Here's that ulti.
Zellsis is here to help down long. And there's the ult that you were mentioning. Icy playing the slowly. Meanwhile, Superman trying to flood his way out. Nary does finally catch the trap, lying in wait.
One enemy remaining.
As Derrek is the last one standing. And brother, this is going to take a lot. Stun, dashing at you. A stun, a smoke, a flash, the full fight. Icy has a stinger. This is about as much of a Hail Mary as you're going to get. Zellsis does fall, though. And then look at the adaptation from Sentinels on the other side. They're going to try to accelerate elsewhere on the map.
Oh, but I like how Ye's sticking in garage. Anticipating the pivot into this space. Ye could come up massively right now for EG if he takes a fight.
This is the passive play that you've been talking about this entire half. Still one more trip that you have to reckon with.
Tripwire destroyed.
Now cleared. Feels like the timing window's gone.
There will be a 3-player flank coming in from EG. But again, if Sentinels realize this, they can fight back towards spawn. The spike won't be planted for them. And as a matter of fact, Bang has the opportunity to get a late rewrap going on these EG players.
And you wouldn't expect that, given where it's planted for, but they've got 3 members on site, and you're right. The crunch is coming through. Bang does not have a splash. Derrek is already down, and now they're going to try to speed up. Bang's playing his timing perfectly, and there it is! Patient!
Paranoia now to scout out the C site. Icy's got a Bucky in garage. He's not going to be very useful here.
Well, stranger things have happened. Again, a vacant site. And again, retake simulator for evil geniuses. Oh dear. This is not going to get any better, is it? No,
it's going to get worse.
Zellsis.
Oh, it's so bad!
Gorgeous. From Zellsis, 2 HP, looking to connect on the ace. And can't, but
EG will still have time to plant the spike. It's about Zellsis finding this timing now into the mid space, and he barely misses out on nature.
Meanwhile, Ye was so far up, he was in spawn. Gets second, yes, traded back though.
Hold on, Narrate's now pushed into A lobby too. But Icy's turned around and waiting. And he takes care of it.
Connects onto Nary to pull it between his eyes, the deep smoke back towards spawn. It's the lurk upon the lurk upon the lurk. Now, gunfire ensues in garage as Derrek's able to get 2. johnqt left in a 1v4, connects on the first, now stunned up and left to die, surely. 3 bullets left, refreshes the clip. 2 members weak, but Superman's healthy.
And he's still worried about Icy wrapping him in from B. Icy's now posted into C long with the go. Should be no issues for EG now. Or C space, and then they'll put a freeze on in the mid rounds. I want to see how Sentinels approach that. Right now, just holding on to a ton of A lobby space, forcing EG to walk in, deal with these Cypher trips outside of C.
One was cleared, the one back C, but there's still one up in garage.
Ooh, we didn't teleport out. Icy is in there. Oh, how good is this guy?
He's insane. He's had a ridiculous map.
And it's been a little hot and cold from Narrate since joining Sentinels, but this is on fire.
Zellsis is in a really good spot, swinging off of the cam. You know, it happens to everyone.
Sentinels got a couple of big flanks going too. Narrate, can't take your eyes off of him.
No,
but really, you can't keep your eyes on him either, because John's gonna come in and clean up the rest of your team.
Meanwhile, EG with not a ton to speak of.
Uh-oh, this fight on short. No! They've seen this play before, by the way. EG ran this same play versus 100 Thieves, and Cryo either over-rotates from Sentinels, or Ye finding something here. Although, I mean, to be fair, getting 2 trips on your own, not bad in terms of creating gaps. And you can see Bang backside B is switching his positioning. Is someone coming garage? Is it going to be B? Well,
Really
he
nice.
deals with that.
Yeah, rotating around, very nicely done. Ye's dead, Zellsis is on the prowl, but he might be a little too late. They've got a lot of space on the site. Sentinels choosing not to push the pace, choosing to take a step back and wait
Eyes on Zellsis.
for reinforcements to arrive, and they could not be a moment too soon. Nature now dealt with. Icy and Derrek left alone in 2v3, and it just went from hard to harder.
Coming in. Sentinels trying to react to this hit.
John just repositioned, doesn't have a stun up yet. Won't for about 10 more seconds. Under Fury now invested. They've gotten a lot of space on the site, but they haven't been able to get the spike down yet. Nicey's now dead. It's been labored, it's been cumbersome.
And all the while, Sentinels have now crept down into A lobby. Zellsis with a chance to flank after breaking the trip. A fight forward into Link too.
Rolling Thunder out, John just got his stun back up. Derrek tries to scale up in seconds there to greet him. With welcome arms, the second fight going through, going the way of EG. Supamen on top, the Paranoia and out on site, but keep a close eye on Zekken. He's all the way backside. You still got Zellsis who's back window. Supamen left in a 1v3. Is able to get a couple, but once again, it's Narrate who saves the day.
Slower. Actually, that looks like Ye's Phoenix just going for a little pop flash fight into streets. Good trade out from Icy.
Delayed as long as possible. Narrate's got really good timing, but Nature's on the turn.
And now this pinch coming into B. Sen try to fight forward in towards long.
John getting the first. Supamen on the trade though, still feeling the walls closing in.
Bring around the Rosie.
Pushed around from pillar to post off the flash. The swing is there. Zekken gets another. 2v2 now. Nature's got 12 HP. Still strikes onto the duelist.
This is awkward though. 25 seconds left into the round. That spike still has to be recovered, and Nature is so low.
Zellsis has a classic no armor.
15 seconds.
Can he hold the line? Zellsis in a 1vx situation. He might catch a timing here. Position now given away. He's gonna have to push the pace on this. He's got Nature close up and delayed recall. I think they're so far up, they're gonna know what's on the other side of this. How much longer can Supamen stay alive?
Oh, that util's nasty.
Yeah, there was no way out of that. He was cooked.
Wait, guys, the spike is still in your spawn. Like, EG can't even accelerate into A. There's already a Yoru teleporting backside. They've got to go back, pick up the spike over there. Now Sentinels are rotating more players in over here. It's a 4v5.
And they still haven't dealt with the Vice util. This is, these are tough scenes. But the one benefit is that EG do have the gun advantage.
Okay,
and that's
Icy.
a kill onto Zekken. Icy starting to come alive a little bit here as Zellsis is dancing around. The Flash is trying to stay alive, cannot at the hands of Ye. They're crumbling around him. The gun advantage in full display here.
Making me nervous on the anti-eco, but great fight forward from Icy and Ye. We'll still secure the round. Now actually flipping back towards Secret, even using the drone to spot out all these Sen players coming in. Solid post-plant setup from Evil Geniuses here, and he's going to find 3 on the round. Even just getting towards that early dimensional drift is a big, big deal on the Yoru.
He's now 1 pip off of that for the next round. A ton of ice util. The rotations are already coming
Down
through.
Tejo.
And that's exactly where he is. Understanding where the gaps may be. But Zellsis is the one who's feeling a lot of the pressure. Takes a lot of damage too.
Yeah, got to be a little careful from that position, especially with this 3-2 split coming in from EG now.
Manages to find safe passage though. Take a quick step back, and now all the pressure's on Bang. Trying to dance around his utility, and Zellsis he swings out at just the right time. Spike now on the ground, the decay not connecting. As Zellsis falls. Bang on the swing will meet a similar fate at the hands of Ye. Can the captain for Sentinels bring this one back? Stun in hand. Waiting for the right time, off the flash.
Hey, 15 seconds left.
Not committing to it. This is getting messy. Is Ye gonna have to do it on his own? 10 seconds left now. The ult popped. Committing to the spike because you don't really have a choice otherwise. And so look at how the defense has been split up. They've divided their attention. Ye falls. It's all onto Icy with 29 HP. The spike ticking away. They're starting to flush him out of the corner. They know
Next their teleport into Art, so full mid control gathered in terms of info, but it hasn't really forced Sentinels out of the space. Now actually leading 4 players into A.
Oh, nuts. Yeah, I mean, you're picking the wrong site. They do have guns to fight back with, though. This is a lighter eco, 2 stingers, but rifles around it. 4v4 on the site. Ye continues to light up the kill feed.
Ye so low. Any more bullets through this wall would take him down.
What is this flash? What are you doing there? Waiting for Nature to get further up. There's the flash. There's the swing. Nature strikes. Narrate dead. Zellsis and John left in a 2v4.
Zellsis has the ultimate. He's going to look to go. Spike still not planted.
Supamen did not get tagged, so he had a chance to fight, but that was the only gun left. Zellsis, again, a 1v2. falls at the hands of...
I like Sen's idea of just like giving mid control always and just eating a minute off the clock every time.
Now you imagine they're going to speed up towards A. Bang and John has his ult.
Yeah, big retake ultis.
And they've got to know that this is where the hit's headed. I wonder if he pops it early here.
Narrate's gonna need to find something. Good sees to come out from
Suck
him, and
is
now
there.
the ultimate!
Oh my gosh, they're
three
cooked!
grabbed!
They have nowhere to go! 3 fall at the hands of John!
Kidding me!
And Zellsis on the crunch, Ye's on the turn. Still a winnable situation for Evil Geniuses despite all of that. Looked like a Michael Bay film.
One enemy remaining.
13 seconds
And
left.
we're
The spike
killing people through walls!
out of hands. Derrek has to pull off this 1v3 on his own, and time is short. No way to get through. The heat is coming.
There it is.
There's the TP now set up.
We're down to 35 seconds again, Doug. We still have dimensional drift to stall. Narrate can throw out the ultimate to
30
stop them
seconds
from
left.
getting onto the site.
They're burning the candle at both ends.
How long are we gonna take, EG?
There's the first bit of delay that you were mentioning. The Nightfall now through. Narrate staying alive. They have gotten a lot of control of the site, though. Nature's in a very good spot to play spoiler. Meanwhile, Ye's joining in on the fun. John not able to settle the shot. Sets 3 for the duelist. And again, better late than never. Just in the nick of time, they managed to get the spike down.
These round wins, though, it's always kind of yay with how Sentinels have been playing so passively in a much
It's
different
going
way.
to be a crunch across the middle of the map. There's going to be a lot here on Nature to hold the flat out from double doors.
Ooh, maybe EG read this, though, with the drone in A main spotting nothing.
Or they just take the fight out. I like that. The flash to Salvo's through. Kills traded. But Nature somehow, we called him. He's going to have to be the one to deal with a lot of the aggression, and he does.
Sentinels now tripled up in street. A side open, B side open. But EG still have to find their way through this. Supa, the great kill for Evil Geniuses.
Doubled up, tripled up. Brother, what? How does, I mean, he handles that beautifully.
I think even in some losses for EG, Nature's been very calm.
Not ready yet.
Whether it's post-plant situations, when there's a lot of attention being thrown his way on the defensive side. It's usually a guy that can step up more often than not. In a year where EG have been kind of struggling to find that consistent fall down. Again, right?
No, surely not, right? Right. Right. Okay.
Well, this forces EG to accelerate into the site because Sentinels have a big flank working.
Yay.
Yay?
Narrate. Clotheslines him.
And Ye just didn't have his gun out. The knife was primed. Now Zellsis ratting inside of the smoke, can't get the job done.
I see there to strike again. It's
Oh my
Narrate
God.
from the attack. There's no art lurk or anything like that. They drop the Cosmic Divide.
Center up in front of the wall, though.
It's just
Hold on.
a couple. John's the first to fall. Bang on the swing, gets his one, but that's all it's gonna be. Left to fight with lighter weaponry, and he cannot convert. Nature gets the spike down.
Superman's so far away from the fight, though. He's all the way back in their spawn.
Yeah. He concerned about a mid lurk, I guess. This fight here is big. Oh, Nature turned at just the wrong time. And all of a sudden, what looked like an impossible way to work back into the site has become a gaping wound.
Pulling them in.
And Sentinels are pressing it. They're making it hurt. Superman is going to arrive over at the site, but it's going to be too little too late.
Oh, they're all looking the wrong way, though.
He's gotten it to half. Now they know where he is. Position betrayed. Time is short.
But they're doubled up in art. Oh, this is such a great setup for Sentinels.
High-low.
Beautiful.
Nature
Actually
left-
matter. There's no way EG, outside of some monster performances, can actually survive against these ults.
And the only monster on EG who's been alive in the server's dead.
They've needed Ye to find the openers, but Nature has had some highlight moments as well. He's the one getting active into backside. It's not even icy. It is Nature going on the hunt with only 28 HP to his name.
Playing in the smoke.
30 seconds
There's a
left.
Nightfall.
Spike planted.
That's the first one used. They try to spam through it, I guess. Maybe connect onto a kill, and that's exactly what happens. Icy falls. 3 left on the side of the attack. Yeah, they've gotten the spike down, but this does not look like it's getting any better for Evil Geniuses. As Sentinels are in full control. Keep a close eye on the minimap, though. Superman's going to be on this very late flank.
But no
he's
one's got guns!
And he's, yeah, you're right. He's going to get tagged by the ult. Yes, he gets his kill on the
What?
narrate. What's going on there?
He's waiting for his gun. He's trying to stall as long as possible and have this insanely quick timing. 1 kill is all he can manage, though.
3v3. Spike has been ticking for a little while here. We're getting down to crunch time. Now the Cosmic Divide again. There's not a lot of time on this. They're going to have to fight this. Derrek can fight ahead of it. Zekken's got to stick it all the way! The kill!
Looking towards 5 players. The hope is with a Yor and a Jet, maybe they have more options to find early picks. But even in this pistol, it's going to be a 5-on-5 retake for them.
Yeah, that gravity well kept him grounded for a little while. But not long enough. They've lost the sight. There's going to be a Vice Wall to cover the flank.
Now, Sentinels don't have a ton of util to work with in the post plant. Just a drone from John and that flash on site like mentioned. EG have a lot more to play for.
Boy, they are taking their time. I guess concerned about the aggro post plant like they saw in Haven. johnqt swings into his death. Icy's there to greet him with open arms. But again, this fight has been ticking for a little while. You imagine it's going to have to happen soon. Hello? And just as the
take strong fights, get picks early on, and then have advantage numbers going later into the rounds. Are you joking? That wasn't like a wall hack. I threw my haunt moment. He's just killing him through that without knowing.
As one does. He's up really far up the long.
Okay,
crunch.
Supa.
And, I mean, the Spike is still sitting back in Swan, but Derrek coming alive. Getting another kill onto Zellsis. What's the play here for Sentinels? They might just be getting picked apart. They didn't find an advantage really anywhere on the map other than the opener onto Ye.
We'll see how they pivot around John. He wants to call this round. He gets out.
By the skin of his teeth.
Narrate still got the spike and spawn. By John not seizing the gap into connector, it's now harder to accelerate towards A. And if John makes any noise, EG are going to be able to hone in on his location, no problem.
I mean, you imagine he's close by. You see the pings on the mini-map, just a little behind. This is big for John. He's got to deliver 8 bullets, connects onto the first. Reloads, and beautifully done. Narrate still has to pull a lot off, and he can't.
Okay.
All on to John now. 1v2.
I got the spike.
15 seconds left, no choice but to commit. Beautifully played there by Icy, not giving him the fight early on, just let him commit to getting the plant down, and then... Yeah, he's up real close. Oh, he didn't guess the right side. Couldn't even TP out because he was suppressed. And now they're going to accelerate, popping the ult, the dimensional drift through. And the wall goes up, and unfortunately they're going to have to sit and watch for a little bit.
Is Zekken looking?
See what their duelist can do.
I'm back.
EG in a really tough spot to get this retake working. Icy's got a dash, try and break out of the choke, but there's so much utility being thrown into this angle.
And they're going to play for post. Look at him taking a big step back. Narrate has his ult. John has his ult. Of course, Narrate immediately invests his.
Just to stall out the hit.
And you still have the payload. I mean, you've still got so much to play around here.
There's just more?
It's a slaughter. I mean, it's an absolute slaughter. Derrek again is left in an unwinnable 1vx. Take if you lose the side or, you know, things like that.
But with Drone not seeing the operator here, that is a big win for Evil Geniuses. Now, the loss for EG is that we're not actually going into art from Sentinels. They're taking into con through street. And so much pressure now goes onto the sole anchor of this Vice, Nature, in what's about to become a 1v5.
8 and 14, all eyes on him. Has to deliver. It's going to have a little bit of util for the delay, and that's going to hurt. The Cosmic Divide not out. Again, he is on an island. They're going to have to push ahead of this. Rotations have come through, but there's really only one on the other side of the wall.
Send him some help!
Nicely done by Zek, and he was left on an island. Second Cosmic Divide now invested, quartering the map. What's the call for the flood? The flash comes through. Narrate and Zekken holding the line. There's no way through. I mean, if you're Icy, maybe you try to save the op? I mean, what else? Ult popped immediately from Zekken. So he's going to get a lot of info on the presence here. Pops a flash.
That's 3 players.
Spotted, you're absolutely right.
Oh, man.
And he gets 2? They're fully sending this! I thought they'd back out, but Zekken
I'm all out.
with 3 kills, and now they can push the pedal to the metal. Now they can dig their heels in. And just like that, we talked about it. We wanted it to be clean from Sentinels.